Hey kids, Dr. Walt here. Welcome to my channel, Everything-MCC. Today we're going to go over sampling polystyrene pellets for an interlaboratory study. So one of the most important tools you need when sampling for the microscale combustion calorimeter, or any small scale thermal analysis technique anyway, is a set of decent tweezers. Here I have a 6-piece precision set that I got off the internet for less than $40. Comes with 6 different types, ranging from fine tip up to angled tip to more heavy duty, and ones that mimic pliers. But they're not pliers, they're precision tweezers. Something else you're going to need is a set of razor blades. This is sold as being oil free. Comes in a dispenser. You just pop that up, take the razor blade out, ready to use. You can also use regular razor blades if you don't have the oil free, but I recommend using something like a Kim wipe to wipe them down so that you don't get any of the oil from manufacturing on your sample. And if you don't trust yourself with using tweezers and not touching the samples with your hand, I recommend getting some rubber gloves. Nitrile, latex, doesn't matter. This will prevent you from contaminating the sample with oils and moisture that are on your fingers. Another thing you're going to need is a clean surface to work off of. Here I'm using a wooden cutting board because I know this isn't going to deposit any fibers from the board onto my sample, and it's also going to protect the underlying surface of my countertop. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to put some colored copier paper on there so we have better contrast. Now remember, you don't want to touch or even breathe on the sample when preparing it, because any moisture from your fingers or from your breath will add weight to the sample, contaminating it. So I have different tweezers for different tasks here. I have the heavy duty ones for gripping the sample while cutting. I have some finer tip ones for positioning the sample for the gripper. And then I like to use these curvy ones for gripping the lip of the sample cup for putting it on the balance and back to the cutting board. So here we're going to prepare a standard polystyrene sample. So I'm going to grab one of my pellets from the jar. Remember, keep in mind not to touch anything with your fingers. I'm going to pull a pellet out, stick it on my surface, close my bottle back up. So I take my heavy duty tweezers, grab the pellet, and I put my razor blade about in the middle of the sample. I slide the tweezers up and press down. All right. Sliding the tweezers up helps contain the sample when it breaks, because sometimes these pieces like to shoot out of there. Here I have 2 smaller pieces, so I can take one of these pieces and do the same thing. Grab them with the tweezers, line up my razor blade. Once you put pressure on it, slide the tweezers up, press down and snap it. Now we're starting to get samples that are about the right size. From here, we should have our pre-tared sample cup. So we take that, one of the samples we just prepared, put it in the cup, and then weigh it. In this study, we're looking for a sample weight of 3 to 3.5 milligrams of the polystyrene standard. This will give us a good signal-to-noise ratio and consume about half of the stoichiometric oxygen during the combustion. If your sample is too large, you can take it out and trim it. If your sample is too small, it's better to discard it and start with another piece of the pellet. So there it was, sampling a polystyrene pellet for an interlaboratory study. If you like that video and want to see other videos of sampling or any of the inner workings of the microscale combustion calorimeter, just drop me a line and I'll add some content to the channel.